And I look at Josh, and Josh looks at me, and he's like, hey, you want to drive? I'm like, that's a fantastic idea. Yeah, I think I want to drive. What's up? Jessica Chilll here, and I have yet another story to tell you in this batch of stories that I'm making today. I have a lot to catch up on since I've been lagging so bad the last couple months. So yeah, if you haven't noticed, I've changed pretty much everything on my YouTube except the videos. I'll leave my old videos up. I'm still pink. I'll always be pink, but there's already other pinks. And yeah, and these days, not too many people are calling me Pink anymore. They call me Jessica, especially here. If I go back to Mississippi, everybody calls me Pink. If I go other places where lots of people actually know me, they still call me Pink. But here, in this little town that I've lived in for the past 5 years, not very many people know me. And those that do know me as Jessica. So hi, I'm Jessica, aka Pink Jessica Chilll. So I'm going to tell you a story today about my extremely insane freaking trip to Las Vegas one time. This took place after I moved away from Vegas, and I went with what at the time was just somebody I just met, but he became my best friend. Then later on ended up dating my sister-in-law, and now we don't get along at all. Anyways, today like I said, I'm going to be telling you about my trip to Vegas with, let's see, when can we name him? We'll call him Josh. For the sake of this video, I'm going to call him Josh. So, back in 2001, I left Las Vegas because I divorced Mario. And I had just turned 18. So, he was a complete... So, whenever I left Las Vegas, I assumed, completely wrong because I was freaking retarded, that if... Okay, let me rewind a little bit. Whenever I left Mario, I did not leave Las Vegas immediately. I stayed for like a month later. My dad, the whole time, was telling me to come to Mississippi. Come to Mississippi and bring Isabel with you. Get the hell out of Las Vegas before things get bad. And I didn't listen to him because I was 18 and didn't listen to any freaking body. It took me a really, really long time to start listening to people. Actually, it wasn't until about 10 years ago that I actually started listening to people. I always did whatever the hell I wanted, and I paid dearly for it. So did my daughter. So I didn't leave Las Vegas. Mario found out that I was going to file for... divorce. He went and filed before I got the chance to, because I'm a world-class procrastinator, and I cannot say that right for nothing. So I'm a world-class procrastinator, and he went and filed for divorce before I could. Or him doing that caused me to lose Isabel in the long run. The judge said that neither one of us could leave the state with her until the divorce was final. I ran out of time at the place I was staying at and decided I needed to go on to Mississippi like my dad told me, because I didn't have any friends in I had those friends, but you know, come on, how long can you actually stay with some friends? I got a Greyhound bus ticket to go to Mississippi, and I left my daughter in Las Vegas with her dad under the assumption, I guess, I was assuming that I could come back to court on the court date and the judge would let me have her. Well, that wasn't right. That was wrong. That didn't work out exactly how I planned. They got me with abandonment, so I lost her because of that. And on the sad part, he even live with him. She lived with his parents, his family, but that's neither here nor there. So they set a court date for me to come back to Las Vegas again, a second time. And this time I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get her. I know I am, but I'm freaking stupid drug addict retard that really didn't need to have her with me at that time. So I mean, it worked out great at that time. Not great, but it worked out for the best for her at that time, is what I'm trying to say. Hey guys, I just had to pause for a second and tell y'all that I'm extremely sorry for the rattling in the background throughout this video. I didn't realize that it was doing it at the time until the very end of the video. So if you hear it, of course you hear it. I'm so sorry if it's annoying, because it's annoying to me. So, court date comes up. I don't have a ride there. I don't have any money. And I'm partying every night and, you know, doing stupid stuff. So I had started hanging out with this guy that was a crackhead. I didn't know he was a crackhead until, like, I saw him doing crack. But he introduced me to this other guy, Josh. And the way I got introduced to Josh was bringing crack over to Fred's house so that they could get high together. Yes, I smoked crack. That was the first time I had ever smoked crack. I've done it 3 times in my life. I'm not gonna lie. I don't lie to you guys. I'm not gonna lie on this channel. I'm not going to lie to my friends, okay? I'm going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Swear to God. So, that night, we smoked crack together. And I was like, bright idea. Hey, Josh, you have a truck. Would you like to go to Las Vegas with me? Yeah, sure, Josh said. So, we decided that we're going to go to Las Vegas to court. We had 4 days to go, and it took like 2 days to drive there. So, that morning, we were like, all right, we're going to go, but we don't have any money. And I'm trying to think, how can I get some money? So I called a family friend of my grandmother's, asked him, and he's like, yeah, but I'm at church. So, what do? All geeked out, I bust up in the middle of church, and I drag him out, and I make him go to the ATM while church is still going on. He gives me $100, says good luck. Best of wishes to you. So, he goes back to church, and we get on the road. We start our way to Las Vegas in a little beat up single cab Chevy S10, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get my daughter back because I'm freaking crackheaded this time. And yeah, we get to going down the highway. Where everything was perfectly fine until we hit our first speed bump in the road. We're going through Quanah, Texas, which I realized later, like 10 years later, I actually moved to Quanah with my husband and my kids because he was working there. But it's so crazy how this happened in Quanah, and I couldn't never remember what town it was. I just knew it was West Texas somewhere, or North Texas somewhere. And once we moved to Quanah, I realized that that's where we got pulled over by the cops. And they searched our bags and stuff, and they were like, oh, you're on drugs. I know you're on drugs. I'm like, I'm not on drugs. They're like, you have tattoos and piercings. You're on drugs. And I'm like, okay, because I have tattoos and piercings. Yeah, okay, that like makes a lot of freaking sense. But, yeah, whatever. So they searched through our stuff. They didn't find anything because we didn't have anything on us. We did all the drugs the night before. So we were out. I mean, you know, it's whatever. So they searched through all of our stuff. You let us get back on the road. We're going. Everything's fine. And I fall asleep when we get like to the New Mexico state line. I fell asleep. And then Josh wakes me up and he's like, hey, we're almost to Las Vegas. I know I did not sleep no 12 hours. Like, I know I was only asleep like an hour or so. how the hell are we almost to Las Vegas? He's like, I saw the sign and I took it. The exit for Las Vegas. I took the exit. And it was Las Vegas, New Mexico. I didn't even know that Las Vegas, New Mexico existed. There is a Las Vegas, New Mexico. And don't take that exit if you don't have enough gas to go anywhere. Seriously, because we ran out of gas. It was the middle of the night. We runned it out of gas and sat there scratching our heads like, what in the hell are we gonna do now? We don't have any gas and there's no gas station and there's no telling how long before a gas station will appear and there's no cars coming by to hitchhike. Luckily, about 30 minutes of sitting there, an 18-wheeler comes trucking his way down the road. So I stuck out my little thumb, show a little leg. No, I stuck out my thumb, and the truck driver pulled up. This is the only time in my life I've ever rode in an 18-wheeler. The 18-wheeler dude let us get in, and he drove us to Las Vegas, New Mexico, which was like 20 freaking miles. So I'm glad we didn't walk, because we'd have died. So we get there, and he's like, good luck getting back to your truck. Yeah, so we get a gas jug, and we fill it up, and we're sitting there at the parking lot, and a state trooper pulls up. The state trooper guy was like, hey, y'all need to ride back to your car? Yeah, but that would be lovely. Okay, cool. So we get to ride in a state trooper car all the way back to the truck in the middle of nowhere on the highway that goes to Las Vegas, New Mexico. We get back in the truck, and we're like, all right, we're good to go now. Let's, book it. We got plenty of time. We left a couple days early, so we have plenty of time. And we're like, still got a little bit of money. We're doing good. When we stop in Arizona somewhere, and there's a homeless dude, and he needs a ride to Las Vegas. And Josh is like, that's not a really good idea, but I'm like, hey, he's a homeless guy. We could help some homeless people. And mind you, it was cold. I remember it being cold out there because the dude was in the back of the truck and he was freezing to death. We put him in the back of the truck. He's freezing, he's shaking. And I'm like, Josh, why don't we let him ride up front? Josh is like, nope, that's not a good idea. It's a horrible idea. And I'm like, well, it's alright. I have nothing but horrible ideas, so we could horrible idea with him up in the front seat with us. So we're in this little S10, single cab S10. Homeless dude here, I'm in the middle, Josh driving, and the homeless dude decides to put his arm around me and then breathe in my face, which was freaking horrible. And he starts talking about how he knows the judge that I'm going to see, and he can talk to the judge and get, help me out. All he's got to do is make a phone call and everything will be great. And I'm like, yes, that would be fantastic. Just fantastic. So, we're talking, and then, he's like, you think you could go on a date with me, too, while we were in Las Vegas? And I'm like, dude, you're homeless. You don't even have any money. How are you going to take me on? Am I supposed to pay for it? I don't think so. Dude's just getting a little too close for my comfort, honestly. And I look at Josh, and Josh looks at me, and he's like, hey, you want to drive? I'm like, that's a fantastic idea. Yeah, I think I want to drive. So, we're going down the interstate in Arizona, doing about 75, 80 miles an hour, because the speed limit out there is like 75 or 80 miles an hour. Without pulling over or anything, Josh just scoots up a little bit, and I climb in behind him. He keeps his foot on the gas and his hand on the steering wheel, and we're swerving all over the road trying to switch spots while we're driving down the road. I jump into the driver's seat. Then Josh is in the middle with the homeless dude, and everything is fantastic after that. We get to Las Vegas. We say toodaloo to the homeless dude because we figured out that he's full of shit and he didn't know the judge. And the next thing to do is find a motel room. We find the cheapest motel room in Las Vegas on the Strip. Well, actually downtown. It was downtown, but by the Strip. Downtown Las Vegas. $14 a night. And we only needed it for 3 nights. So we're like, hell yeah. This is a freaking paradise motel. It's great. It's the best motel in the world. $14 a night. Hell yeah. because, I mean, we're crackheads, so we don't care. We get our motel, we're cool. 3 doors down is this chick and this dude, and they're fairly young. They're hanging outside their door. Some other people, everybody's like partying, you know, it's Las Vegas. What do you expect? So they're like, hey, y'all want to come play some drinking games with us? I'm like, I'm the queen of drinking games. Hell yeah, I'll play a drinking game with you. What are we playing? They're like, waterfalls. I'm like, what the hell's waterfalls? Oh, it's the same thing as Captain Dickhead. Okay, so yeah, I'll play that. So we start playing. Halfway through it, everybody's naked, mostly, not like completely butt naked, but we're down to like our bras and panties, and you would think we were playing strip poker, but we weren't. Then like we all get the game's over, we're like, we're gonna take a break and then we'll do something, I'll play another game or some shit. I go outside to smoke a cigarette, and I'm like sitting on this washing machine that's under the staircase outside. I'm just sitting there, and her boyfriend, or whoever the hell he was, comes out there. He walks up to me and he starts trying to kiss me. And I'm like, whoa, dude, whoa. I don't know you like that, and your chick is like right over there. That's not how I get down. I'm sorry. That's just not my thing. Well, while he's trying to kiss me, his girlfriend sees. She comes up. She knocks the shit out of him. I mean, like, knocks his ass out. Then she wants to fight me. I mean, I didn't even do anything wrong. I wasn't kissing him. He was trying to kiss me. She wants to fight me. Well, Josh was like this big buff dude that like fought for a freaking living. That's all he ever did. Him and his whole family. Like, the way, you know what's crazy is, like, I just met Josh like the day before, but I met his brother like months earlier, and his brother was the winner of a Tough Man competition like 3 years in a row. And I met him when I was walking down this road to the store, and he picked me up. I was a hitchhiker for him, and yeah, the rest is history on that. So Josh like gets extremely mad. He starts trying to fight everybody, and he's like, get in the truck, Jessica, get in the truck now. And I'm like, you know, going back and forth with this chick, and dang, he like punches the side of his truck, left a big dent in it, and I finally realized that he is being dead serious, and I get my ass in that truck and we leave. And the next day, I think it was, those people had like checked out of their motel room the next day, so we were good to go back to our room. And I was walking into the room, and I hear, oh shit, or oh damn, or some crap like that, something that dudes yell like really hot chicks. And I like stopped, and I'm like, they're talking about me because I am the only chick here. So I like look, and I look up on the balcony, and there's these 3 boys. Like, I'm 18, so it wasn't that big of an age difference for me, but they were like 16 and 17, so I mean, they were still like younger than me. If I had done anything with them, I could have went to jail, but I didn't do anything with them. But they were living in that motel with their parents, and they were really freaking cool. Like, we ended up partying with them that night, those 3 boys, and Josh was so out of place, like so out of place. We like went to a really nice motel of a friend of theirs that had a pool, so we went over there and went swimming, and like, you know, like, it was fun. We had a blast with them. Then I like don't know how I remembered it, but I was like, oh, I used to work here at a hotel. No, at a casino, actually, not the hotel. I worked at a casino, and I never got my final check. So I was like, I could have money somewhere. So me and Josh go to the motel. No, the casino. We go to the casino, and we're like, hey, is my check here from when I used to work here, like, last year? And they were like, yeah, you actually do have a check, but you got like 5 days before it's not valid anymore. You got like 180 days, I think. So I was like, imagine that. It was $188. I was like, yes, you're a lifesaver. That's how we paid for our food and our motel and stuff. Or it might have just been $88. It was one of those. I don't know. Because I remember Josh made me call his mom. Like, I'd never met his mom before. And he was like, call my mom and ask her for $100 so we can get home. Okay. Because we run out of the money, whatever, that I had. Buying beer and hotel stuff and, you know, all that other good crap. So I call her and she's like, what's my son doing in Las Vegas? What are you're a hellion. You got my son in Las Vegas. But yeah, I'll send you the $100 so you can get home. Okay, but you owe me. Oh yeah, and I owed her for freaking ever. I always owed her. I never paid her back, actually. And she ended up passing away. She's a very sweet woman. She actually let me live with her for a while. But that's another story. So, anyways, so whenever it comes time for me to go to court, I go into the court, I sit my lovely little butt down, and the judge is like, you can't have your daughter back, and you gotta pay child support, and you gotta do a drug test, like right now when you leave. And I'm like, oh shit, really? They're like, then you can go visit your daughter and you can see her on Saturdays from like 10 to 2, some crap like that, but it's gotta be supervised visitations. And I'm like, me? Like, I'll tell y'all this, like, whenever I had my daughter with me, like, before all of us being separated came apart, I was a great mom. Like, I did not drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do anything. I had just, my kids are my world. I didn't do anything. So, I didn't start becoming a total screw-up till after she was taken away from me. Now, I was a total screw-up before I got pregnant with her, and then after she was taken, I went back to being a total screw-up. I was 18, and I was a total screw-up. And so, I went and took my drug test, which I know I failed. I already knew that. I knew I was going to fail it before I even got there. And I go see my daughter for a little bit. It was extremely uncomfortable, because her dad's new girlfriend was there, and she was the jealous type and like just bitchy as hell. And she was like, oh, that's my daughter, and I almost got in a fight with her. So they ended up making me leave. So I got to spend a few hours with her. Then it was time to go back home, and we get ready to go back home. We load up all our stuff. We get in the car. We're trucking, and then we go like through Boulder City and all that to go over the Hoover Dam. We get to the Hoover Dam, and I swear to you, on the Hoover Dam, a cop pulls us over. Like, on the Hoover Dam. Right over this little state line thing, whatever it's called. So, we get pulled over on the Hoover Dam because we had a crack in the windshield. Not a little crack, like a crack that went all the way across. But in Mississippi, they don't care about cracks in your windshield. Like, the southern states could care less if you have a crack in your windshield, I'm pretty sure. But in Las Vegas, it is illegal to have a crack in your windshield. So they pull us over. They do the whole search thing again because, like I said, we were crackheads. And, they didn't find anything because we didn't have anything. And they just took their sweet precious time. I mean, it was like a 2-hour wait. Them going through each and every little bitty crevice in the whole car because we had a cracked windshield. And in the end, they just gave us a freaking warning. They were like, if you come back to Las Vegas, you have to have your window shield fixed. We're like, well, we're not coming back to Las Vegas. We're going back home to Mississippi. So that's fine with me. So we go back. And we have our long, depressing ride back home because I didn't get my daughter. Because I had this false hope that, you know, God was not going to do the right thing at the time. Which, it wasn't the right thing for her to be with me. It wasn't the right time for her to be with me. And it wasn't for her best interest. So it worked out best at that time. Later on, once I got my shit together, I should have got her back. And I didn't get her till she was 15. But anyways, so we get back home, and me and Josh become best friends. I mean, we were inseparable for like 2 years. Everything we did together. Let me rephrase that. For a couple months at least, because I ended up moving away to Texas because my current husband now decided to spread a rumor about me, which I'll tell y'all in another story too. And it just hurt me so bad. And everybody was like bullying me because of it. That's aggravating. Sorry, it's my... Everyone was bullying me so bad because of it too. I was, you know, being a weak ass bitch and decided to move to Texas. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this story. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was long, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel and look me up on social media and all that bullshit, okay? Until next time.